someone's left the door open and the mic on. It's like that scene from, is it The Naked Gun?
Yes, that's what I'm always worried about with that's what I'm always worried about with my mic. I said to you in New York, didn't I?
Yes.
All you'll hear is me in the bathroom going, oh, I don't know.
La da da da. I like that.
And then you'll hear the trickle of water.
Sorry, guys, I've just got to eat as well.
What are you nomming on tonight?
Just like a bit of chicken, mate.
I do. Coops feels like chicken tonight. Like
chicken tonight. Do you remember that? Oh god, you can hear the scraping of knife on it.
That's the chicken fighting back.
You can put some like Torchic noises, maybe.
It's the beak and the claws on the porcelain.
Let's do the claps.
Oh, ow! That hurt. Oh, stop smacking me. Oh.
You cheeky bugger.
You welcome to Barcelona. You welcome to Barcelona.
That was an echo.
You welcome, Coops.
Oh, wow.
Leave me alone.
Well, hang on.
You welcome, Coops.
Right there, Ian. Bloody hell.
On episode 136, the urologist's favourite Pokemon is coming to Pokemon GO as a shiny. Who's been pigging out in Paldea, and who's going to be the most green-fingered this Sunday, i.e. Mark. Welcome back to the Incensed podcast, folks. And this week we have Ian Vassifal, Masterful 27, Casual Coops, Pokemon UK. And I'm sorry, Coopsy.
Please be Pokedaxy.
We've done this one for Marky. It is JT Valor with us.
Hello, everybody. Sorry to disappoint you, Coops, but hi, everyone else. Good to be here.
JT, Masterful 27, Masterful 27.
Hi, how you doing?
Boys, how are we all doing today? Are we all good? Thanks for jumping on, JT.
Day.
Doing great.
I'm only messing with you, mate. Like I said, we've got to give Marky his time, right? So
I get that.
Yeah, you've actually got to spend time with Daxy yourself IRL recently.
His craving has been satisfied.
I don't think it ever will be for Coops.
Casual craving.
But welcome, JT. I was very shocked to see you on the show notes. I'm very happy you're here. Welcome on again for like the 5th time, I think. I think you've been on more than me.
Good save. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's good to be back. No, yeah, it's great. No, I like chatting with you guys. Like, this is one of my favorite podcasts to be on. No offense to all the other podcasts.
Shots fired.
I love it how Coops says, I was surprised to see your name on the show notes. We're all like that, aren't we, when we see Coops on them usually? Is that it?
We are actually.
I've already said, listen, I already cracked that joke, boys. Move it on. No.
It is. It's like with our little schedule, it goes no Coops week, no Coops week, no Coops week. And there's like 2 gaps with Coops on them.
A rare encounter.
No, full house tonight, boys. Full bloody house.
Absolutely, we've got a full house on this one. It's going to be a smashing show. I'm hoping it is anyway.
I'm excited.
It is. Today's a good day.
You're hosting it, Milo, so probably not, mate.
Yeah, let's watch some figures die. We'll make do and mend with what we've got. So if you're listening, and if you don't know, when you're dropping a download to this podcast, we encourage you to
pop your incenses, champions. Let's go.
And if you happen to get something snazzy while listening to the show, it can be via daily incense or regular incense. Hopefully it's of the shiny variety, but hundo or anundo or something in between will do just fine. Make sure to tag us on any of our socials, that is X, Instagram, Campfire, and WhatsApp that Vassifal will get to at the end of the show. Even an email, incensedpodcast@yahoo.com. Have I missed any, Ian?
Well, there's Threads, but we don't really use that.
The day that someone comes through Threads, I think hell will freeze over, so we'll move on. But
Don't tempt
you've
fate.
got to make sure you use... I'm trying to make it happen. The hashtag Shinies of the Week.
Could you please clarify that spelling for me, please?
And that was definitely live.
Hey.
Wow. Yeah, man. Can't believe I did that 1-for-1 again. That's good.
It sounded just like last time.
Look, you guys couldn't afford the second one, okay? You had to get the first one, and that was it.
Invoice in the post.
Your time's too valuable.
Poor podcast over here. The hashtag will be SHINIESOFTHEWEEK.
Clarify the spelling?
That will be the one you got to use. Vasa, don't you dare. So it makes it easier for us to find your amazing catches. But the next section is not Pokemon Go goodness this week.
Just tell me about you, mate. Just what's going on?
How we're going to condense this into a poll, I don't know. Someone's going to have to be struck off the list.
Me.
Let's just knock the weakest answer off. It might.
We've done Pokemon Focus for like the last 2 weeks, and I thought we'd go back to IRL animals. And we did kind of the converse of this question many, many months ago. So what animal would you not want to be and why? And since JT's fresh on here, should we start with you?
Brown bear.
I would not want to be a praying mantis. That just seems like a horrible existence.
That's a good answer.
Not only do I have to fight off everything that's bigger than me, and then when I'm finally ready to settle down and make little mantises, my head might get eaten while in the process. It's a terrible, terrible existence.
They are very aggressive. I've seen them fighting reptiles and stuff.
Oh man, I've seen one fight off a bird.
Yeah.
Oh no! I remember now. There was this one video I saw of like a really big mantis, and like this lizard was like, "I'm gonna eat this mantis," and then the mantis grabbed it by the head and ate its head off its body. I was like, "Oh my god, vicious little things!"
Yeah, a spider can kill one quite quickly if it gets caught in its web. Yeah, I'm pleased that JT went with an insect because I was thinking about an animal. So my answer would be a slug. Horrible things. They just like crawl around the floor. They get got by birds. They get rolled on by cars. People walk on them in the dark. They ruin your gardens. And most likely people are trying to poison you. They'll put you into a compost bin, which is probably
pour salt
on them, don't they? And
Or
like
beer trap.
it must be such a boring existence being a slug. They eat bird doo-doos. Feces.
That's a technical word.
It's a very good word, Ian. It's better than where my head went. So I'm going to go with slug because I'm pretty confident a lot of people will probably think, yeah, why do I want to be a slug?
Ian, before I answer, can you just answer my question to you really honestly?
It's not your section.
When you saw this question was about animals, how fuming were you out of 10?
I just looked at it and thought, okay.
I just know when we had animal questions like 8 times in a row, you were like, can we please move
Seriously,
it on
just
from
move
the
them
animals?
away from the animals.
Yes.
Yeah.
Marky, really good answer. I'm kind of on that same vibe. But I would never, ever, ever want to be a wasp. And that's purely because no one likes you. Simple as. Simple as. Everyone, wherever you fly, everyone's trying to kill you. Wherever you sort of land, everyone's trying to sort of smack you or again kill you. Really, really similar to Mark's. I really like the slug. I didn't know what you think about slug. But yeah, I'm going with a wasp.
I'm going to go for something very cute. And you're going to think why, but I'll explain why I wouldn't want to be this animal. I wouldn't want to be a male pet dog. And I stress male pet dog because I wouldn't want to be castrated. Can you imagine that? Like, you just wake up one day and your two best friends have disappeared and you just not the same person or the same character anymore.
Hey, it's funny out of all the animals you've picked that one because it wouldn't matter to you. You've been single for about 40 years. And
you still need them for when you actually meet a bitch.
Whoa.
Technical term for female dog, not swearing, family friendly.
Fair enough.
Very true. I like the context.
Yeah. Yeah, fair. Ian, I'll be honest, mate. I think you might not be featured in tonight's poll. I'll be honest.
Probably not. But the winning answer's not going to be featured. Anyway, Whitfield, what would you not want to be?
Mine's fairly obvious and blatant, really. I would not want to be a spider. You are despised by most, humanity. You're likely to be squashed by a slipper as you try and exist anywhere. You're likely to be eaten by anything else. Spiders have their uses, clearing up other insects and that sort of thing. They're actually very good, but...
Praying mantises?
Yeah, perhaps.
And I can honestly say that I've won this poll because bug, I don't even know what a slug is. Bug.
It's a mollusk.
I'm the only one that actually picked an animal.
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
Yeah.
So you don't know what a slug is. Have you ever seen a slug?
I
was about to say.
Ian, are we going back down this route? They're all animals. You've picked a mammal.
Animals.
They are. You've picked a mammal.
Ooh.
I've picked an animal.
They're
not
all
mammals.
Animals is everything.
Animal stands for all of it.
Yeah.
I disagree.
Bugs are animals too. So you're telling me when you go to the ocean and you see a fish, you're like, that's not an animal.
That's a fish.
Which is an animal.
Oh my god.
And they call it the animal kingdom.
It's yeah.
Not a zoo.
It's Animal Planet. And
Do you get upset when David Attenborough's like, welcome to like Animal Planet or whatever, and he's like, and they talk about like fish, and you're like, that's not an animal. Get out of here.
you're wrong, Sir Attenborough.
Fish.
You've been doing this for years, and you got it wrong.
Fish are friends.
Fish are friends. Fish are friends.
Not food.
Exactly. Well, actually, they are food. They're delicious.
Well, it's good to see we've all picked an animal after that. So we'll figure out which are going on the poll.
you're going to drop mine, aren't you? You're going to go for
No.
the ones.
We'll find a way.
Like everybody chose something that's usually despised, and you chose a dog. So I feel like that should be on there. I feel like
But there's a reason why I chose the dog.
But there's no context allowed in. You know the danger of the poll.
you can't say dog castrated. You just have to say dog.
Yeah, there's no reasoning with it.
I'd just like to add that I'm being corrected severely in the chat, but I don't care. I stick to my my argument.
Yeah, but your argument's wrong.
I don't care. Your life is wrong. I don't care.
Ian's been so
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
I think we should move on from this point.
Lord have mercy.
Milo, regardless
Yeah.
of what you do, mate, just remember your life is wrong. Just remember.
Yeah. I've got to bear that will haunt me now. I'm going to get that on my tombstone.
Oh,
My life was
don't
wrong.
do that.
Yes, quotes the Fassifal. Well, Ian, unfortunately, it looks like this Sunday your points might be proved right because I'll be playing Oddish Research Day.
If you're playing that seriously, yes, they stand.
When the dates came out, people thought this might have been a good old-fashioned typo error, or they were hoping it might have been a typo error. But no, it wasn't. And we've got Oddish featured in a research day. I could have thought of better ones, but hey, as the rural guy here, I've got to support my rural Pokemon.
Inner Alan Titchmarsh.
Inner Alan Titchmarsh, yes.
Shekshi cow.
That was a scroll click.
I like that, Ian.
Scroll click.
Oh dear. But for those people that want company whilst playing Oddish Research Day and they listen to the podcast as soon as it drops, we will be there with you as you're probably playing a bit of Oddish Research Day. So unfortunately, the featured Pokemon will be Oddish.
Did you just say unfortunately?
Oh, that terrible disappointment.
Didn't know this Pokemon was hated so much. Jeez.
Now, let's be fair. There'll be some people that have not got a shiny Oddish yet. Field research tasks will be available during the event. And when you spin photo discs at Pokestops, you will be able to encounter Oddish. Let's hope it's not power up a Pokemon 5 times.
And then you'll realise what the task was.
Exactly. And if you're lucky, you may encounter a shiny one. There are event bonuses. You get 2 times Stardust for catching Pokemon. There is an increased chance of finding XXS and XXL Oddish.
Wow, I'm sold.
I'm sold on the extra small.
But I want to see the wild Oddishes holding a Sunstone. I want to see what that looks like. Are they going to be in the game holding the Sunstone? Or when you
Little
click
arms.
on it, will it just give you a Sunstone? Either way, if you've got bag space and you don't mind filling it up, knock yourself out there.
And if you really want to get your hands on a Shundo, you want to get yourself a 526. So good luck, guys.
Hey.
Get that Shundo turnip.
That's why he's here. That's why he's here.
That's why he's here.
I don't have the Pokemon Go article up right now showing me the CPs. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
It's all ingrained in his brain.
But there is an increased chance of encountering a shiny Oddish, and that's the number you want. So go knock yourselves out. But there are also wild
literally.
encounters.
Knock yourself out with a Bellsprout.
Bellsprout. I think this gives the event a bit more substance, though, because there will be wild encounters that have been featured alongside these discs. I don't know, Coops. I don't know if do you need another bound suite for your collection? I don't know. But anyway,
Coops needs the
Yeah,
Roselia.
Roselia is his thing.
I'll start with the ones that can be shiny. That's Paras, Venonat, Bellsprout, Shroomish, Roselia, Cacnea, and Fungus, and Bounsweet that can't be shiny, unfortunately. But also be on the lookout because there will be showcases at select Pokestops where you can enter Oddishes, and that is Oddish Research Day. I'll start. I won't be playing it too much. What about you boys? What are your
That's becoming a catchphrase for you.
It is real life and all that. What are you guys doing? Are you playing it? Have you got any wants from it? Or
I do have a one. I want to know, is the plural of Oddish Oddishes, or is the plural of Oddish Oddish?
ooh,
Oddishes, it sounds cuter.
Oddishes.
Yeah, I'd say Oddishes as well.
Sure.
I'll say Oddish.
I don't want to disagree with Ian again.
Come to the dark side, Whitfield.
It's ooh la la.
Okay, Sue's in agreement with me. The plural of Oddish is Oddish. So
It's not sheeps like that.
Ian, you may be right, but your life is wrong. No.
we all know my life is
I
wrong.
might give him some substance for that comment, but I will say, yes, I will play this. Double Dust. I know it's a downgrade from what we just had with the Paldean
It's
event.
half of what we've currently been getting for the last
But
2 weeks.
3 of those spawns are boosted dust Pokemon. Paras, Shroomish, and Fungus, boosted dust Pokemon with 2 times catch dust. I'd almost rather just go for those than Oddish, but I know Oddish with the shiny boost. Give me the extra small shiny, please.
What do people say now in vlogs? They say a tiny shiny, don't they? Is that what people say?
tiny shiny, man.
Yeah. Here's the thing, I kind of feel bad because people are literally currently playing it right now, or they've just come off the back of playing it, and we're here like slacking it off. Look.
Smoochers.
If you are, if you are playing smoochers, if you are playing it, guys, fill your boots, have fun. But yeah, personally for me, even if I had the whole day of doing nothing, this would not be what I'd be doing. But yeah, good luck. Good luck with the bell sprouts and that. Good little event if you want to stock up on some XL candy or they bug types, right? All of these, they're like bug.
Grass.
Oh, the grass, aren't they? Yeah.
Yeah, grass. Yeah, good luck. Milo, have fun, Milo.
Some of them are.
I sure will. JT?
I like research days. So even though this one isn't the most exciting one, I just enjoy the premise of it. It's much like a community day or any other 3-hour event with increased boosted shiny odds. The only thing kind of bad about it is if you live in a rural area, obviously you kind of get not as much fun because there's only so many stops out there. Sorry, Mark, but
I'm not concerned, believe it or not.
Oh, JT, Mark's not rural anymore.
Oh, is he not?
No.
Ian, you've not been
He lives in a town.
Yeah, but Ian, you've not been where I actually live. I've got countryside all around me where I live.
So you're like diet rural, really?
Yeah.
So does London. You just have to go really far out for it.
OG rural.
Pretend rural.
Just like Milo said,
that means I'm technically rural then, because I've got countryside all
it's
around
just like
me.
Coops, he's a pretend trainer, isn't he? But come on, let's just chill out, everyone. I love you, Coops.
But I'll go along with what I was saying with Milo. I'll say that I like the whole boosted Stardust with the 3 different spawns as well. I think that's a sneaky thing that they threw in there. Like, kind of wish they would point that out to people without, just having to have like third-party outlets saying, like,
by the way,
maybe you should focus on these. Like, it would be nice if they kind of showed that off somewhere on there. Yeah. Other than that, I think it's fun.
Okay, Vasa, from one man to another, whose life is wrong.
Yeah.
What do you think of this event?
This better be worth it, Ian.
But it won't be worth it. My life is just as wrong as Milo's. An event's an event. Like JT said, it's 3 hours. It's not really a massive imposition on anyone's time, but I think I can probably safely say I'll give it 90 minutes of my time. It will just be a shiny chase for Paras and Venonat, because as the rest of you are in the same boat, I actually don't need any more shiny Oddish.
Let's play a little impromptu.
Flex it up, flex it up.
But I want to test to see how many shiny Oddishes you've already got in your collection ahead of this, to see how many more you really do need. So I want to know, if you go shiny and Oddish and show evolutionary line, I want to know how many shinies have you already got. And I'm going to start with the semi-casual player here. I've got 9.
You're beating me. I've only got 7, and I think I've got too many.
Marky was the rural trainer, so it makes sense.
Mark grows Oddishes, though, doesn't he? We've already discussed
evidently.
I do.
Radishes.
Go on, Coops. How many have you got? Because I'm sure there'll be a shootout between Milo and JT.
I've just checked, and I had to check twice because I was a bit like, oh God, here's me slagging off Oddish Research. I think I've got to participate. Apparently, I've only got 2.
So you don't even have the family?
No, so I sort of, can we cut out everything that I've said and put in here? Yes, I can't wait. I'm absolutely over the moon for Sunday. Bring it on.
Need 4 for the whole family. Brilliant.
Because it's got the split evolution, mate, so you need 2. You've only got 50% of what you need.
Hey, on the upside, you might get a Sunstone from one of them.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
JT.
Oh, you're saving yourself for last, huh? All right.
Sure.
I have 10.
Not dissimilar to Coops. I thought I had more than this. I only got 5.
Oh,
wow.
I must have just stopped clicking them.
wow.
I'm actually surprised I still have some of these. Usually I go through big shiny purges. These escaped somehow. Glad they did. I won this impromptu game, but,
Yeah. Congratulations.
If the Shiny King didn't win a shiny bout of this game, there'd be a problem. But Let's talk about Paldea. Not that we haven't spoke about this for the last couple of weeks, but the Ultra Unlock is now finished. Let's have a quick chat about what we thought about this last sort of 5 days of the Ultra Unlock. Well, whether we got the shiny Bombirdier and how we're doing generally. Did we get the shiny Tepig?
Oh, go on then. I'm going to bite your arm off, Ian.
Hang on. Yeah. Did we get the shiny Lechonk?
I was literally just sitting here like, did he mean that? I feel like I should say something. Thank you for saying something.
It's too hot here. I've told you. I used it last week. I'm melting.
I'll jump in here. I've loved it. I think it's been amazing. I've actually played it way more than what I thought I would. I've absolutely loved it.
So 10 minutes, not 5?
No, bro. Like
11.
I would say a few hours, like per day.
Oh, hours.
Yeah.
God, we've stepped up from minutes. Jeez.
Yeah.
Steady on.
Wow.
In regards to raiding, I am not raiding, and I want to apologise to everyone, including you, Milo. I think you sent me a raid the other day. Just not been raiding. I've got no coins. I'm not putting any money into this game at the moment. So I've literally done one. Is it Bombirdier?
Bombardier, yeah.
Bombirdier.
Yeah. So obviously, of course, that wasn't shiny.
Jinx.
Smoochum. I did my first ever Cleavor raid as well. But apart from that, mate, I've just loved it. I've literally got over 100 XL candy of the starters, so that shows you how much I've played it. But in general, I thought with the Stardust, it's been a really good incentive. Listen, I'm being far too positive for this podcast. I just think it's been brilliant, genuinely.
You are, but why are you being positive? How are you getting on with the special research for the Gen 9?
Oh, a Paldean adventure.
Yeah.
I'm on 3 out of 5. What about you? I could have finished it though.
I'm on 3 out of 5 as well.
Oh, okay, good.
Because I procrastinated to actually start the research.
4 out of 5 is not fun.
No, it's
not fun at all. They made it even
What-
worse.
What is it?
So you get to explore 30 kilometers. That's fine. Catch 400 Pokemon, easy enough. Earn 40 candies while walking with your buddy, easy. Evolve to the final stage of the starter you chose, pretty simple. And then visit a Pokestop on 14 different days. So 2 weeks of waiting to see whatever this encounter is. And
But
God, I
they're
hope
not
it's good.
consecutive days. It can be any 14
Right.
days.
Like, you could take a month break and you can come back to it. You'll be fine.
Wonderful.
Oh, suits me perfectly.
Right.
Yeah, goes that, quids in.
Yeah, JT, what about you then, bro? So I know I've been quite positive. I'm hoping you're feeling the same. How do you feel about the sort of the last 2 weeks of Pokemon Go?
Honestly, I've been loving it. Yeah, though these Ultra Unlocks have been great. I think that the kind of staggered out release of certain Pokemon was good, like having the starters and Lechonk in the beginning, having Lechonk being shiny and pretty out there is really great. It's a great shiny. A lot of people love it. It's also kind of like a meme Pokemon because a lot of people saw Lechonk and fell in love with it. I think it's even like a Twitch emote. I didn't even mean to use it. I just typed in the word Lechonk and it turned into a Twitch emote for it. So
Nice.
it's definitely a somewhat popular Pokemon as well as all these three,
Shiny Lechonk.
you know. Right. And it looks really nice. I like the shiny a lot. And then part 2 has been fun because, I mean, Palmy is the Pikachu clone of the generation. So obviously we were going to see that. The Nimble, which is kind of just like a bug. And then Frigibax. Very cool. That's the pseudo-legendary, and it's pretty darn solid for the most part.
Very rare.
Even though they're
I
very
haven't
rare.
even seen one yet.
I've only seen 3. Yeah, they're pretty uncommon. And then the Bombirdier, I was not surprised about, like the fact that they made it shiny in a 3-star raid. That's just been a thing since forever.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to say I have 2 of those. So I'm done with the event. Like I have all the Lechonks. I got the male and the female evolution and everything. So I can't complain. Though I will admit, now I'm waiting until the end of this event going, all right, what's next? Because I've kind of got everything at this point.
Well, good news. We know. Not joking. We'll cover it
It's
later.
Oddish. It's happening right now. What about you, Marky? I saw you got your Frigibax.
Yeah, I've been semi-playing the event. I haven't played it loads. I've just done it sort of in little bits of spare time and that. I'm on page 4 of 6 as well. I've not got any of the shinies from it. Before you can start complaining, you need to be clicking on sub 500 plus to start feeling slightly aggrieved, but it doesn't mean you're going to get it. I'm not at those numbers. It's all right. The spawns have been good. I've done 7 Bombirdier raids. Not many of them appearing, which is a bit of a shame. You're right, Milo. I did. I got my first, what's it called?
Frigibax.
That little one, yeah. And it actually appeared at work as I was coming back from lunch. So probably only seen 2 of them, and I don't think everyone will get it during this event. So it's very, very rare. Yeah, it's an inoffensive event, being in a new generation. So yeah, Lechonk's one of those Pokemon that's always going to spawn. I think.
What
moving
Pokemon,
forward
Mark?
Anyway,
What is it?
Shiny Lechonk.
I can't really say anything to the contrary of what's already been said. I've enjoyed it. What I've actually played of it. Managed to bag both of the new shinies, although I do need more shiny Lechonks. But it's been a good event. I'm on the sort of side that it's nice to have staggered the release of them, because if they just dropped all of these mons at the beginning of the event and we had like 10 days of everything, it might have been too much. But I haven't seen hiding a hair of a Frigibax, not on my nearby or anything. So
thoroughly enjoyed the event, both parts. It's been a nice lead from part 1 to part 2. Also, much like JT done with the Shine, it's got Bombirdier quite early on, which I was surprised about. I would have, like Mark said, preferred to see a few more of them popping up, because you can look at Campfire and the sort of classic London weekend. You look at it and go, wow, 90% of the gyms are empty and all 3 stars are hatching into Clevo. And, right, I've got to go and burn some fossil fuels and go around. But I like that Frigibax is so rare because it keeps it kind of in the elusive bracket. And you go like, that's something cool, even though it can't be shiny. And it's mildly usable, actually. They did it all right with the moves for Bax Cavalier. But one thing I'm not a fan of is the fact that shiny Lechonk can't be found in the research tasks from quests anymore. It's poor me that has no shiny. It would have been cool if Lechonk stayed in the quests, I think. And speaking of shiny Lechonk, I'm going to knight the casual. You are Sir Game for this week.
Shiny happy Pokemon, shiny happy Pokemon.
I forgot how bad that jingle is.
it took us a long time to make.
Brilliant. It's brilliant.
But yes, JT, I think, is this your first time playing shiny, happy Pokemon?
It is, yes.
I'm pretty sure the lads will vouch me for this, mate. I'm expecting big things from you for this game. The Shiny King, You've got to win. Shiny
XXL.
If it makes you feel bad, I unofficially play every single time when I hear it. I'm just like, I know this one. I know this one.
Perfect. Right, here is your time to shine. So basically, to all the listeners, the whole point of the game is I'm going to ask the boys one by one a body part of a Pokemon and ask, what colour is this of the shiny version of this Pokemon? So for example, if I'd say, what colour... Sorry. So, for example, if I say, what colour...
This is nearly as bad as your version.
This is awful.
This is his first time hosting it. Is that why?
You're not doing my game any credit here. Any justice. He's overcomplicated this. He's overcomplicated.
Basically, what's going to happen, I'm just going to say a Pokemon. So I say, right, what colour's the body of Charizard? The boys will repeat back to me and they'll say black, because the shiny version of Charizard is black. There we go. Have I got it? Round of applause, please. And to be honest, there's no really rules. So basically, we're going to start off on my screen. Well, if you're wrong, you're out. But Pogo Milo UK, you're up first, followed by Ian Waterfall, followed by Masterful 27.
Nice.
And last but not least, JT, the Shiny King Valor.
Nice.
So basically, I'm going to let you guys know now that I'm going to start off with Paldea, as Ian says. I thought it was Paldea, but Paldea.
There's like 2
Spain.
shiny mons in Paldea, yeah.
Like we always say, the games aren't always based around Pokemon Go.
Ooh.
See? Right, so Pogo Milo, you're up first, and I apologise. Some of these are going to be easier than others, and don't complain because I do not care. Milo.
And I'd just
Sir
like to add
Game,
before we
laying
start
down the
this,
law.
Mark and myself have not played Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah, but I've got like no shinies in it. So it defeats
JT,
the
have you
point.
played it?
I have. I kind of know some of the shinies, so this will be interesting.
And I want it to be over as quick as I can. So, Milo.
No, run time.
What colour is the body of Poor Me? Obviously, as you know, the original's orange, but what is the shiny version of the whole body of Poor Me?
It's like a pinky red.
What are you going with? I can only accept one. I'll accept pink or red, but what one are you going with?
I will go. It's more. That's a challenging one. I think it's more red.
Milo, I'm going to have to give you a no. I'm so sorry. I'm going to have to say it's pink. It's.
Show it. This is where it becomes a bit of a disparity.
Oh, it's pink.
That's pink.
Yeah.
Oh, it is pink. Yeah.
Ian, yeah, that's pink. It's pink. It's
Fair
definitely
enough.
wrong. Definitely wrong.
Hey, I'm going to fail. I don't know. Neither of them.
I'll give you a nice one.
Wow.
What colour?
If you say LeChonk, I'm going to stab you.
You're going to say wishy-washy, isn't it?
What colour is the body of Lechonk?
Oh, for goodness sake.
Seriously? It is pink.
You are correct. Well done, mate. You're through to the next round. Congratulations. Masterful 27. What colour is the main sort of head of Nimble?
Not the other head.
Well, he's got one head, he's got a body, but what's the colour of his head, of his whole
The
head?
main one.
Well, I haven't played any of the games, but I'm going to go for a polar opposite of what it is, which is like a silvery colour in the game. I'm going to go Goldie colour. Is it a gold colour?
No, I'll give you that. Yeah, it's a yellowy gold. Congratulations. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, JT Valor. So, what colour is like the main body of Fue Coco? What's the shiny version?
It's like pink.
Correct. You're through as well
Yeah.
to the next round. So, Ian, what is the colour of the body and the arms of Cleavor?
Oh. Green?
Correct. You're through. Well done.
Well done, Ian.
That was a total guess.
Well, and mine wasn't.
Masterful 27. Galarian Obstagoon. What colour is his big old Mohican running over the top of his head?
Oh, I'm going to kick myself. It's one of the two colours. I'm going to go for blue.
Oh, it's red, mate. That is incorrect.
It's red.
JT, your Pokemon is going to be Tapu Fini. I need to know what colour is sort of the main body of Tapu Fini.
Black, like a charcoal black.
Correct, you're through. Okay, Ian, this is one that I wanted from the Global Go Fest very, very, very badly. What colour is is the main body of Oranguru?
It's like a lilac-y colour.
I'll give you that, yeah. Congratulations, yeah. Well done. JT Valor, I'm pretty sure like Milo, you probably caught about 25 of these. Your Pokemon is Dupida. What colour is sort of the main body and the little arms and legs of Dupida?
Purple.
Correct. Bang on. Right, Ian. This is ridiculous because it's a bit of a trick question. Ian, what colour is the hair or the hat, whatever he's got on, of Quaxley?
No, you're going to have a guess.
If it was the really old games, it would go across one colour palette, but obviously the new games, it doesn't need to be. So it can be
just
anything.
imagine.
I'll be honest. I gave you a bit of a hint. I gave you a bit of a hint in the lead up to this question.
Green?
No, that is incorrect. It's just a really light baby blue.
Oh, it looks like a mint green to me.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. It's kind of like a minty green blue mix.
It's a minty greeny, but yeah.
Are you colourblind, Coops?
No,
we shouldn't have given you
That
this
would make
game.
this game a lot more fun.
Yeah.
Wrong, it's grey.
Every Pokemon is grey.
So is it green or not then?
I think it's minty green.
Right, so what do we want to do then? Do we want to give it to him?
Why not? Let him have it.
God, can this game just end already? I hate it, honestly.
You're the one hosting it. You have the power.
Yeah, I would say that's definitely green.
Yeah, that's a green.
Exactly.
Right, I'm Googling it. I think you're wrong.
I just Googled it.
We've all said it's green, Coops. We love you.
So that is
It's
actually...
a light green.
That is
Granted, it is
actually-
more minty, yeah.
That is actually orange, so you're out, Ian. So, JT, my game, my rules. JT, what is the main part of the body of Sprigatito?
It's like a lighter green, isn't it? More like a
Correct, you
paler
win.
green?
Can you believe it? Well done. Way, well done, well done, well done. All jokes
that was
aside,
a great game.
I'm saying that's a baby light blue. I don't think that's a green at all.
I definitely get hints of green in it, but I will
Do
give you
you?
it has
Okay.
a strong blue feel to it as well. It's like tropical Caribbean ocean blue.
It's a
if that
more
makes any sense.
greeny
Like
turquoise.
yeah, like
Yeah,
a turquoisey.
When you're having to add more and more words on to justify the colour.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like an ocean bluey, corally green.
Imagine a Hawaiian beach.
Well, that was amazing. See, Ian, if you said what Mark said, I would have given you the point.
Well, I renounce you as Lord Game Coops and hand it over to JT
Can
Valor.
we never give
And
him
I'll
one game
never
again?
come
I'm
back.
never giving him that game again.
Yeah.
First colourblind host.
The other thing we're going to be handing over to JT, not only the title of Sir or Lord Game or whatever you so fancy, it is also...
Is the news.
Good news, everyone.
What?
The man himself. By the way, Rev, love you to bits, mate. Great to hear your voice again. You've got your shiny Phoebus, man.
He did.
That's news. Big news.
He did. Yep, Tuesday.
Well done, mate. But anyway, moving on.
And that's
to go
it for
to
the news
yeah?
this week.
Yeah. Congratulations, Rev. It's mad achievement.
Follow that, JT.
So, I'm sure you guys know about the City Safari Zone events that are happening in Seoul, Barcelona, and Mexico City, correct?
I think so. Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which one of those are you guys going to be going to? Because I hear you might be going to one of them.
Mexico City.
All right.
No.
Seoul.
I wish.
Definitely the one you can get to on Ryanair.
So Seoul. Got it.
Seoul.
Right. But we have some new information about this City Safari event because, as you all know, we do get ourselves a Eevee wearing an Explorer hat, which is kind of fun. But we don't just get one of them. We get possibly 9 of them, and then possibly another 8 of them the next day, according to a new update. So starting off, you get one from your special research in the beginning, which you only get on day 1. If you bought the 2-day ticket, you'll only get it on day 1. But on days 1 and 2, you will have a timed research, which basically wants you to go to different parts of the city. And then when you go to those different parts of the city and do whatever they want you to do there, then you will get another encounter with an Eevee, and they can be shiny.
Oh, well, that's an interesting way to do it.
It's different.
Yeah, and I was discussing this a little bit before the podcast, but I think how this is going to work out, instead of it being a set path, like you have to start here and then move here to here to here, I think it's just going to be like, take a snapshot next to this spot, and then it'll be like a whole page full of 8 encounters, all of them giving the Eevee.
Well, you were likening it to the Spinder stops at
Oh,
Hohentor
in
Vegas.
Vegas.
Right.
Hohentor,
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
That
Right.
could be it.
So it might even be a specific Eevee stop that they place on each of the places, which admittedly would be better than the snapshot thing, because man, sometimes that geofencing is just terrible. Also, there's something that you didn't put in the show notes, but I'm going to mention it anyways.
Do it.
We also know what the eggs are going to be like. So this is for Coops, because I know he loves this stuff. In 7-kilometer eggs, we can get Zangoose, Relicanth, Gibble, and Skiddo from the 7-kilometer eggs for Barcelona. How exciting, huh? Coops, how many of those eggs are you going to hatch?
Honestly, 0, but...
That's a lie. You'll definitely do 1 at least.
Yes, true, but I'll probably forget after the first time. No, this is actually really cool. It's kind of like, I kind of knew that this was going to happen, to be honest with you. I kind of knew they'd put the new shiny Relicanth in an egg, but it's not in the wild, is it? Or we're going to talk about that in a bit?
No, it's in the wild too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, literally everything inside the eggs can be found out and about. I guess this just kind of like condenses it comparatively to the tons of other spawns we're getting.
Oh, the new shiny is Skiddo. Relicanth's was
Yeah,
shiny
Coops
for
doesn't know that
Hohentor.
Hohentor happened.
Oh, I forgot. Yes, yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah, Relicanth has been
God,
shiny before.
Sorry. Oh, damn. My bad.
But I will
But
say,
anyway.
you were partially right. There is a brand new shiny that's never been seen before besides Skidoo. We already know about the goat. Nobody cares about the goat. We're talking about the big one, Loudred. Apparently can be shiny in the wild.
Yes.
And that, to me, is just special. Remember Sevilla?
Perugly, that's it.
Yeah, the Perugly. I got that, and I didn't even know that was a thing. So
Yeah.
I
No,
really
did.
hope to run into this just because it's stupid uncommon.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want that goat. I want to get a dex entry of that shiny goat.
Absolutely.
But Coops, don't forget, in Barcelona, you'll be able to get Squirtle.
I'm not going.
I'm sure you are. I'm sure we can sell it to you, man.
There's a rumour that it might be locked to these events, isn't it? Shiny Skiddo.
Well, it's the way it's worded,
Mm.
isn't it? So it says special Pokemon in the wild. For the first time ever, Skidoo will be making an appearance. This Pokemon is only available to encounter at Pokemon GO Safari events. Don't miss it. But
They might release it in the wild after these events are concluded.
Yeah.
yeah,
Let's hope not. Let's hope
That's
not.
kind of what I'm
events-
thinking too.
the events do span and cover through into early November.
I think that how it might work, it might be just like a yearly thing. So every year there's going to be that brand new shiny. So this is going to be the Skiddo year, 2024 might turn into whatever else they decide to make exclusive to these events, and they might
Yeah.
even throw the Skiddo in as well.
Well, I mean, now I know that you can get it in the wild. I do hope that the skid mark is not as rare as Frigibacks. because-
And if one of you viewers are going to go to Seoul, the 7-kilometer eggs for that one are going to be
Listeners.
Heracross. Oh, yeah, that's right. Nobody's watching this. Not yet, though. You guys go on video
Oh, yeah.
soon,
We're
right?
not video yet, no.
Anyways, 7-kilometer eggs will give you Heracross, Skiddo, Dedenne, and Noibat. So if you're going to Seoul, those are spawns.
Nice.
And then the final eggs for Mexico City are going to be Tropius, Axew, Rufflet, and Skidoo. All in all, decent eggs.
I think the eggs are all right.
Inoffensive, yeah.
Inoffensive.
Inoffensive.
Before we jump into a little interview piece that we're going to lightly gloss over, I would just say the Eevee with the safari hat, it makes me think back to, do you remember Liverpool Safari Zone was going to have the City Explorer Pass where you'd have to go to certain locations and you could get raids that were exclusive.
Right.
It's just sort of not dissimilar, I would say. It's going to make you explore a city. Thankfully, you don't have to follow a bugged and broken route or route.
Yeah, every time I hear people say route, I keep thinking they're talking about sport, and it's like one team got absolutely
route?
routed. That was a route.
As the only American here, it's Root. How dare you? I'm just kidding. It's Route.
You're British,
Definitely.
JT.
I'm
JT,
not British. I am not
You
British.
are British. Okay.
I lived here. I lived there for 5 years. You seeped in a little bit, but it's not completely.
I'm going back up to Yorkshire now, and I'm going to take that blue plaque down that said JT Valor, an honorary British person.
You know, that's fine. You go ahead.
Try for a
JT, resistance is futile. You're English.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. I did have fish and chips last time I was with you guys, so I guess that makes it official.
Oh, you did in Brighton, actually. Yes, you did.
Remember?
Yeah.
It was magical. It was very fried, but it was okay.
That's not the word I would
Newcomb
use.
was there, wasn't he?
Yeah, Newcomb was there, yeah.
Yeah.
But boys, good news.
What?
Well, you already know. But sorry to interrupt, but I do really feel like we're talking about Barcelona City Safari Zone.
Oh, yes. Give him a round of applause.
Yes.
No zone. There's no zone. There's no zone. There's no zone. You was
no
close.
zones.
There's no zone on the end.
There's no ultra low
Milo,
emissions.
why did you give me a round of applause? Anyway, I do just want to say, even though Ian, Milo and Mark have all confirmed that they are going to be attending City Safari Barcelona.
Yes.
Bro, I'm over it. Anyway, I'm also going to be there. My flights are officially booked. Accommodation is officially booked. So please do make sure you are following at Incensed Podcast on X, because that's sort of the main social media account that we sort of use. And we will be... and Insta as well. Sorry, I forgot about that one. But we will, closer to the time, we definitely will be sort of posting some pictures and posters of information, because if you are attending this Barcelona event, we are going to be there as a podcast. JT Valor is also going to be there. Pokédax is going to be there alongside other creators. So we are going to have a little meet up like we did for London Go Fest as well this year. So please just keep an eye on our Instagram at Incensed Podcast and X, and we'll post all the information on there. And I cannot wait, boys, to go. It's going to be epic. I'm absolutely buzzing.
We've got the community on the Sunday though, Coops. It will be a whole weekend.
Yes, I forget. Yeah.
If you see a ginger walking around with a dude carrying his log around, then that's definitely Coops.
Yeah.
If you see a ginger shadow near Daxty, that's Coops.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he might be carrying his wood.
Well, since we've all been talking about the new details for the city safaris, Staranka was talking about the city safaris. It's just sort of very top line talking about what it means for live events and a few other bits and pieces. A lot of people have zoned in on one or two particular quotes. This will be sort of an abridged quote. I would like to add one more thing. Venue type events have limited space and take a lot of time to prepare. In contrast, city safaris don't consume that much time. I think it can be expanded to many cities. In-person events in dedicated parks and areas require added facilities, bringing in towers for phone signal, security staffing, decor, and so much more, whereas city play style doesn't require any of that, making them much cheaper and easier event to run. And given recent stuff that we've all been talking about with Niantic, I know that somewhere in the article they say, don't worry, safari zones aren't gone, but I have a suspicion this will be how most live events are done going forward, to be honest, because he's right. It's so much easier to do. So much easier to do. You just say, hey, go to these places and get your Eevee with an Explorer hat.
But he also does have a point, because parks do have capacity limits and there's a limited number of tickets. In theory, just getting to Barcelona, if you can get there, you can play the event if you've got a ticket. The tickets technically are unlimited. They can sell a lot more for a city safari than they can a park-based event.
Yeah.
So he may not have phrased it particularly well. It's like, oh yeah, we're trying to do this on the cheap, but he's got a point.
And given past events, even this year with the likes of Hoenn Tour, capacity was overwhelming, and it has a very valid point, but maybe wording, I mean, people are going to latch on to that straight away, aren't they? Within regards to like what else is going on, because this sort of event can go anywhere. It can be a city showcase for anywhere you fancy.
From someone reading it quite matter of fact, they'd look at it and go, yeah, so it's cheaper for you guys to run them, but for us, we're going to be travelling around to go to these, so it isn't necessarily going to be cheap. But on the flip side, it means they don't need to get permission from cities to host events.
Because it's just virtual, isn't it? It's just gameplay.
It's virtual.
Yeah.
It generates tourism for the whole area, and like you said, they can host more of these and become more inclusive with them. People will have to travel less far for them, potentially, if they want to make these all over the place. And like you said, JT, before, you can host more of these, and it could be a regular thing for the next 12 months.
I think that's what he was kind of getting at, isn't he? Because really, I think he references in the article, like Australia have been sorely underrepresented for the events. they could quite easily have a city safari in Brisbane or Sydney, or it's so easy for them to just go, oh, this place hasn't had an event, we'll plop one there. Doesn't mean we're all going to travel to it as creators, but it makes it easy for them to set up.
I mean, like, I have a mixed feeling on this one, because, like, I like the idea of them being able to do more of these for more people. I think that's fantastic. But I've been to a few of these in-person events where it's been like a park. I love that experience because it's really fun being around, you know, a ton of people in an area that's designated for that. That feeling, just like with the Go Fests, you know, even though I heard in London it kind of got rained down a little bit, so maybe, hopefully, it still had that feel to it. But just having everybody there for the same reason is really cool. The downsides I can see with these city safaris is that there are some places that can be a little bit less safe depending on where they're going. We just got to be honest here. There are some safe places, but there are also some dangerous places, just like with any other city, you know, in the world, you know. But it's coming down to when you have these in-person events that are in a specific park. They control the spawn points and stuff like that. Usually, when it's the citywide stuff like Jeju was recently, I had to scope out the area the day before just to figure out where the good spots were, because they don't add anything. It was literally the exact same spawn points, and like, I would just I did a couple loops the day before just to kind of memorize where things were, try to figure out where the best places were. And not everybody has the ability to do that. Some people are going to be in and out, and I hope that they don't kind of, you know, run into bad spots. So I would say maybe they could try to kick up the spawns a little bit in terms of like maybe a spotlight hour. I think it's fun, and I like the idea that a whole bunch of people are going to get this opportunity, and I want that, especially Australia. They have been begging for it. They almost had it once, but it didn't happen. It's nice to see it, but I do hope that they don't completely just can the idea of everybody's in the park.
I think he references in the article that park-based events are still going to be a thing, and they're going to make a big song and dance about park-based events. This is just another event for the Arsenal.
You know, if that's truly what they truly mean by that, because you never can be too sure, you know what I mean? If that's the case, then hallelujah. I'm down.
You make a good point, mate, to be fair. I personally, and I've said this before, sorry, it might have even been last week or the week before, for London Go Fest, for example, I really thought they did an amazing job with the city experience. Like, I actually kind of preferred that to the park. Obviously, remote raiding's now expensive, so I don't just jump into those sort of raids, and I've got loads of premium raid passes. So the one thing that I quite like about the city experience, if I'm going to be completely honest with myself, I feel like whenever they do these parks, they literally put like 4 or 5 gyms. And for me, that really ruins it, because I used to remember like 2000, God, I can't remember, Ian's going to correct me anyway, 2018 or 2019,
Definitely.
like Dortmund Go Fest, I think that was Safari Zone, whatever it bloody was.
18 was the Safari Zone, 19 was the Go Fest.
I just remember being in the city and I'm moving like 20 metres in a raid, another 20 metres in a raid, another 20 metres in a raid, and in between catching all this stuff. And that's an element to these live events that I love, going around in a group of 30, 40, jumping in gyms where there's consistently 20 people. That experience, what I just described, really doesn't happen in the park, but that's an element to the city. The Pokestops and the gyms are all done off the historical landmarks, and it's all done off real life. You know, the parks, they create them for the actual event. So that's kind of why I think I prefer the city experience. But I do agree with all of you guys, especially you, JT. It would be a shame if they get rid of parks completely, because I do like everybody walking around in Pokemon Go merch, and I do like that vibe as well. So I think that's fun with all the decorations that they put on.
Keep your eyes peeled for a ginger in Barcelona. That's going to be our flag, as it were. Come to our meetup. That'll be where you can find us. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. We'll have to see how it plays out, really. Definitely keep an eye on socials and see where we're going to be at, where other people are going to be at, so you can join big groups of people and have a smashing time if you're going. But boys, we're going from something that could be spectacular to something that is returning as unspectacular. The Psychic, as we donned it last year, unspectacular event is making a return. So it's going for only about 5 days, September the 20th at 10 a.m. your local time till September the 24th at 8 p.m. your local time. Guys, it's happening. As we alluded to in the intro, the translucent testicle is becoming sparkly.
It's still
Solosis.
translucent, though. It's still translucent.
Still translucent. It's just a shiny variant. So good luck hunting Solosis in the wild.
It goes a little bit like yellowy, doesn't it?
Has it got a kidney infection?
It's
Potentially.
But it kind of gets like a darker green, actually, and that little yellow swirly thing on its head turns an orangish red.
Get your doctor to have a look at it. That's all I'd say. But
Is this part of that shiny game again?
something along those lines. The wild encounters you're going to be able to find for the Psychic's Unspectacular are the following. Abra.
Slow poke.
Drowsy.
Execute.
Giraffarig.
Rolts.
Metatite.
Spoink.
Everyone's favorite Gothita.
Which I would like to add cannot be shiny. But one which can be shiny, and obviously, as we just said, the new one is going to be Solosis.
And finally, of the common spawn pool is LGM.
But some trainers may encounter the following, and the first one is one that I still need. Galarian Ponyta.
This is one that I'm sure a few people won't need. Galarian Slow. Poke.
And this is for all you PvPers out there, Bronzor.
Woo! Little cup hype. Mr. 1-star raid. What can we look forward to in the pink eggs?
I know why they've put them in that order, but I thought if the unknowns had been rejigged a little bit...
They couldn't put the I before the S.
You read my mind, Ian. I was reading it going, I see what they've done there now. But more concerning is, it looks like there's only one shiny Pokemon, and we know I love 1-star raids. It is one that I still need, but Mr. Ian has got a shundo of this one.
I do, actually.
With
yes.
Esper, so I'll be chasing Esper on the 1-star raids, but I won't be bothering with the P, the I, or the S unknowns.
So do we think they've actually turned off the shinies for these then?
They say so.
I think they have.
They said so.
Oh,
In this
really?
event, these won't be shiny eligible.
So no one's going to be raiding them then, let's face it.
Yeah.
So it is P-I-S. Yeah,
It
it is.
is, yeah.
Okay, brilliant.
Ian,
Oh,
Ian, what did you just say, Ian?
What do you mean? Nobody's going to be raiding them?
Correct. So now I'm going to talk about the 3-star race. These actually all can be shiny. So we've got Alolan Raichu, Galarian Mr. Mime, and of course my favourite out of the three, Hisuian Bravery.
Moving on to 5-star raids. Well, we've actually got a bit of spice until the 23rd of September. Genesect, this time with the Burn Drive available. It is a shiny possible Mon. And September 23rd through to the 6th of October, we've got Raikou, Entei, and Suicune back in raids. So some pretty decent Mons there.
Nice.
Moving on to the Megas. One Mega, which is Mega Gardevoir.
Next up, we've got some special 7-kilometer eggs for this event. So again, Coops, listen up for these because I know you're excited. Smoochum, Why Not, Chingling, and Solosis. Those all can be in the 7-kilometer egg, so it's just 4 Mons, but the Chingling cannot be shiny still.
I still need the Why Not.
Well, you've got a 1 in 4 chance now, so there you go.
I'm sure I've had the 1 in 4 chance before, actually.
And then for field research tasks, we're going to have Kadabra, Galarian Slowpoke, Wobbuffet, Metang, Solosis, and Inkay. And you can also possibly find some Mega Energy for Mega Alakazam, Mega Slowbro, Mega Gardevoir, and Mega Medicham.
Coops loves his free Mega Energy. He really does. And on the note of that,
I do.
you might have to do a collection challenge, I'm afraid. So complete collection challenges to receive Mega Energy for certain Psychic-type Pokemon. So there you go.
Can I just double check? Not only have I got eggs to hatch,
Yeah.
I've also got Mega Energy to collect. And now a collection challenge?
Might be 4 hours of gameplay this week.
Yeah, potentially.
Can hardly contain himself. Event bonuses, there'll be increased XP for successfully catching Pokemon with curve throws. That's not exactly the most arduous task. And there is timed research. This seems not dissimilar to Lechonk and how they did that. For Shiny Solosis, complete research tasks to earn encounters with Solosis. So that is the Psychic, what are we going to call it, boys? Unspectacular or Spectacular this year? Do you think it's earned its name?
I'm not convinced.
Yeah, I'm with the buzz on that one. It's okay. It's not amazing.
I don't know why, but it feels really similar to last year. I don't know. Maybe
Someone made a comment on X. It's practically identical in terms of the spawns. It's just now we've got Solosis and an extra shiny.
Reading that, I had major deja vu. I'm thinking, is this literally the same? Listen, it is what it is. Nice little break after the Paldea.
I like the bonuses for the curveballs, actually. I do like that, because people playing with Autocatchers won't get the extra XP.
I mean, I like the shiny hunt, so obviously I'll be going for the Solosis, but other than that, really nothing too crazy to click on. Though I will say the Galarian Ponyta and the Bronzor are shiny boosted, so they're worth clicking on.
We say that, but it doesn't help me every single time.
Now, shiny boost
That's fair.
sometimes doesn't exist on certain mons. As for me, I'll probably be raiding the beasts in the 5-star raids because it's been 2.5 years, I think, since they were in a proper raid rotation.
I'll be raiding Galarian Mr. Mime.
Good for you, and obviously...
I still don't I didn't get that in London.
I'll trade it to you and save we save the passes, mate, don't worry.
And speaking of the Psychic Spectacular, there's like 2 Solosises there, but there's something behind them.
Is that Mark's poem?
JT, that was brilliant. And that alone would make this event different to last year's event. So we had a great conversation. It made us question how we were going to get all 5 answers this into it. But I've turned it into a bit like an American sports finals event thing. But I've got like a table now and we've got results all over the shop. So
oh my God.
Bear with me, everyone. But we had rounds, elimination, finals. The question was the least desirable animal that we'd want to be, or one that we just didn't want to be. And we put all of the answers out there for you good people to vote. We started off with 5 answers, and they were slug, wasp, spider, praying mantis, and male dog. I love the concept, male dog. What I did was I put them all into 2 polls, one with 3 and one with 2 answers in. And in round 1, the 3 with the highest score was spider with 32%, wasp with 68%, and slug with 69%.
Nice.
The 2 lowest was praying mantis with 14% and male dog with 17%. So I put praying mantis and the male dog into its own elimination final. So it was a 50-50 between the 2 of them. The praying mantis beat the male dog in the elimination final.
I told you not to put my dog answering because the context isn't there.
But Ian, it got 42% of the vote in its elimination final. So it was actually very close to the praying mantis. So 42% versus 58. So it then went to a grand final. And the results are in. In 3rd place, yes, I said 3rd place with 8% of the vote was the praying mantis.
Okay.
Wow.
Thanks for coming, JT.
Yeah.
Guess a lot of people are into that kind of thing. Never mind.
Maybe. 2nd place with 30% of the vote was the spider.
Oh, wow. So there's a big tie.
So it means we've joined
Really?
1st place with 40% each of the vote.
Jeez.
Was the slug and the wasp. And actually it makes sense because when we did the first round of votes, slug and wasp were both in individual groups and they both got 68 and 69%. So they stayed true to the final. So one on the floor, one with wings, and both of them equally hated.
GG's, Mark.
And GG's Coops.
Oh, poll friends.
All right. I didn't win anything on my hosted show.
It's not my job.
Noise.
But Marky, you can safely tuck the pole and the solosis behind and away because we want to keep it out of the way and shine the light on our favourite section of the show.
Shiny happy Pokemon, shiny happy Pokemon.
Technically, the viewers were happy when they got their shinies.
Winding me up.
I knew that would trigger you, Coops.
Yeah, it has. Move it on. Move it on.
Shinies of the week.
So thank you for playing the correct jingle, Ian. So I'm going to jump in, and this one's from 7 minutes ago.
You love
this
that,
one's
didn't
from
you, Coops?
I hate you. This one's from Mark Bailey at _Mark_Bailey. Now, the reason why I'm reading this one out is one, because it was literally just put up now at Incensed Podcast, bonus hashtag Shinies of the Week. While listening to the end of the podcast, nearly forgot to catch it as it was a surprise home spawn. And Mark did get the Houndour, the shiny Houndour, which has made me laugh. But his original tweet at Incensed Podcast, checking my Mankey for potential PvPs, IVs. Why are you doing that? Who plays GBL? And about 150 checks unveiled. Hashtag Shinies of the Week. So no shiny Lechonk or Wooper though. Yep, same mate. He got a shiny Mankey during this week's Spotlight Hour. So congratulations, Mark. And I feel your pain on the Houndour, mate. Trust me.
Right, well, I'm going to pick one off our Instagram. The Pogo Runner, because he's actually posted a couple of really nice posts on there. The Pogo Runner, despite feeling this Ultra Unlock is barely an event at all, with 1 new wild unboosted shiny, 1 new raid lock shiny, and lame paid timed research, I've had decent luck this past week. 4 shiny Lechonk in 860 checks, and the new bird, and much more. That's hashtag Shinies of the Week, hashtag Shiny Lechonk, and hashtag Pokemon Go. It looks like they've got all the genders as well for the shiny Lechonks. Very nice. They've named them Porkler, Herbert, and Sunday.
Nice.
Noise.
Next up on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, Edinburgher666. First proper #shinies of the week submission whilst listening to the @Incensed podcast on my early morning dog walk. And you got to belt them. 395 CP, put a pineapple on it. Good job. Proud of you on that one. Very cool. Very cool.
Nice.
Noise.
Noise.
I'm going to pluck one from our campfire community. This was posted by CeeLo. Twisted my ankles, so I
CeeLo
can't
green?
go out and hunt. No, there's no green in this. It's something pink. Can't go out and hunt Shiny Lechonk, but home spawn for the win, baby. Also rank 5 for Great League, though I'm not sure how useful it is in PvP. It's a Shiny Lechonk with the grand total of 2 attack, 15 defense, and 15 HP. So congrats, home Shiny for the win.
And I think Home Slice Henry has a video out on that, so you can go check that out if you want.
From the
See how
dungeon.
good it is in GBL.
Yeah, we don't allow him to do stuff in the dungeon. How's that working?
He's stealing the Wi-Fi.
Hot spotting.
And we mentioned him earlier. Mike Newcombs has been on with this little message and a shiny that Milo is very fond of. Got a shiny whilst listening to this week's episode of our Incensed podcast, but it was not good. #Shiny of the week. #I have a shundo. #binned it. And he got the shiny Hoppip, which he sent us a little video of him actually catching, having the podcast live, and then subsequently deleting.
A Shundo.
No, he didn't transfer the shundo. He transferred a 1-star. He's got a shundo, so
He's got the
he
schlundo.
transferred it. I would like to say GG's, Mike, but sorry, you got the Hoppip, mate.
You clicked it.
Yeah, exactly. Don't matter about it if you click it.
You clicked it, and we'd just
You
like to
clicked
say
it,
thank
you
you
own it.
very much. We'll delete it in this case, but there were so many more fantastic shinies of the week,
Loads
hundos that we
this
saw
week.
as well. Thank you very much, everybody who sent those in. We really do love to see what you can catch and get in this game while listening to the show. And on the note of that, we're going to wrap up this week by saying, yes, you can get featured on #shinies of the week by dropping that hashtag on a post following any of our social medias that we've mentioned prior in the show.
Can you
or
clarify the spelling?
No, how about you clarify the WhatsApp number?
I will clarify the WhatsApp number indeed. So we haven't had any this week, but if you do want to send us a WhatsApp message, store this number into your phone, record a message, and then just literally hit the send button. +44 759 269 5696. And you're not calling us, it's free.
There's no charges, so you can do a remote raid instead. Fantastic. So, wrapping up this week, we hope you enjoyed listening to the show. And if you did, please do hit the follow or plus subscribe button on whatever podcast platform you're choosing to listen to us on. That'll be smashing because we release an episode every Sunday. As Ian says, we don't miss weeks, even though some of us are not on.
We don't miss weeks.
We're always producing a podcast. There's always something fresh to listen to on Sunday. And if you could drop us a 5-star review while doing it, that would be smashing. Coops, you still on the Spotify drive, or is that dead as a dodo?
To be honest, mate, we're actually doing really well. I think we're on 275 ratings, which is quite a high number. So pushing our way to 300, and we're still on 4.9. So that 5-star perfect review that we had for about 48 hours, someone's definitely trolling us. But we're getting there.
Oh.
We're pushing our way to 300.
And speaking of
Fabulous
ratings,
stuff.
you could do that on Apple as well and leave us a review.
We may read out the review in the future as
If,
well.
if we get another
Perhaps.
one, we might read it out.
Ian will.
Perhaps.
It helps.
Absolutely. And we cannot end one of our shows without saying a massive thank you to everybody who is on our Patreon supporting the podcast. Everybody on the bronze and the silver tiers. Thank you so much for your contributions. We've actually had 2. Somebody joined the bronze tier, Malcolm Grinter, and somebody joined the silver tier, Edinburgher 666, who is in #Shinies of the Week.
Welcome.
Thank you very much for joining the tiers. And a special shout out to all of the fantastic gold tier patrons who get to enjoy the raw chaos every single week that we record this.
Chaos is the right word.
Yes. Hermes Ninja, JB, Clifford Mert, Darby Russ, Kerry and Zachary, Connolly, ML Folk 2022, Apex 171, K Technogal, Mufti, Barside 2, JLH 1919, Highbone, and Maz, aka Ozma Lionheart. You guys really do help make this podcast possible to be produced to a high quality, so you get to listen to something that's nice. So thank you very much. And also, JT, thanks for popping on the show with us this week.
Hey, I had a great time, guys. I had a great time. But, before we can wrap up, though, I have some fantastic news.
What?
Giraffe Rig Spotlight Hour. Can you believe it? It's happening.
We haven't got a reversal noise.
And you get 2 times catch XP for each giraffe you catch.
Nice.
There it is.
Go poaching, people. And on that terrible disappointment, we will hopefully catch you all next week.
Bye.